Hello again, everyone. New project today here at Creekview Acres. We'll be installing a barn door. We recently remodeled our master bathroom and got everything wrapped up on it inside the room. But we need a door from the bedroom to the master bath. And to save on space, we decided to go with a barn door. I thought about making a door. I did on the other barn door we have in the bedroom, but it's a little burnt out on remodeling, so I wanted to get this door finished quick and get the remodeling job over with. So that's the door. It's a 33 inch and our opening's around 31, so that will work fine. When the door is shut, that will close off both sides of the opening. As far as hardware, we found this just a simple barn door hardware kit. You get everything in this kit to hang the door. I got to go get some tools out of the shop and do some measuring, and we'll get started putting this door up. Level, drill driver, drill, tape measure, a large drill bit if I have to use wall anchors, 1/8 inch drill bit, that's to drill pilot holes in the studs, and socket and adapter for the drill driver that fits the leg bolts that go into the wall studs. Reading over these directions, you take the height of the door, which is in our case is 84 inches. You add 1 5/8 inches to that, so that gives you 85 5/8, and that's where the center of the track should be. In other words, that's where your leg screws go 1 5/8 higher than the height of the door. Here's the leg bolts that hold the track on the wall, and these spacers go between the wall and the track, and the wide part goes against the wall. Track fastens to the small end. So my plan is, I've located my stud where I think it will work out to use the hole, the pre-drilled holes in the track. I'm going to go ahead and attach the one leg bolt just loosely. I'm not going to tighten it up. And the way this track works, it's in two pieces. They're both equal length. There's the two pieces. They're just alike as far as where the holes are pre-drilled. But you join them together right here. There's a little joiner that goes over the top of the two holes on this track. Then you attach the other track to it like that. Let's put this first one up temporarily and just see if it's going to work out with my wall studs. And fortunately, with my first leg bolt in, this trim around the TV will hold that end up for me. So now I'm going to get the track that goes over the doorway and see if it will attach to the end of that. And in fact, it will fit. There's where it joins. And we're about 1 inch away from the corner of the room, so that's going to work. I think our next step is to put another leg bolt in that hole right there. That should be 16 inches from the first one. And we'll get that track fastened down and then join the two tracks together. Pre-drilled holes in the track are at 16-inch intervals if you skip one hole. So in other words, it's 16 inches from here to this one. So just going to level it and let's see if we hit anything. And no, we didn't. So we're going to have to put a wall anchor in this one. And I think the reason this is not 16 inches on center, at one time we had a fireplace in the house right here in this area, and I think it's framed differently. So let's just check it down here to see if there is a stud nearby. Let's check this last over here for possibly one we can use in that last hole. Yes, indeed, there is one right there. So let me drill one in the last hole. Yes, there is one there. These are pretty nice anchors that they include with the hardwire. So we'll get one of them in that second hole and a regular leg bolt in the last hole. That pushed right in. So there's our anchor. So now we're going to attach the second track to the first track. Here's what we need for that. We got a piece that spans the two tracks, and we've got 4 screws, and they give you an Allen wrench to tighten them with. Small holes are threaded. And one other thing I forgot to mention, you do turn the track where the holes are toward the bottom of the track. In other words, this part goes up. The attachment hose where you put the two together should be down. And the joint plate does attach to the outside, so it will not interfere with the roller. And I don't want to tighten it all the way until I get the next track put up. That way we can move the plate around if we have to. We didn't have much room to spare there at the corner of the wall, but it will work. Well, that has the track mounted. And according to the instructions, our next step, install hinges and hang the door. The bottom hole in the roller should be 5 1/8 inches from the top of the door. Doesn't really tell you, but they're showing it pretty close to the edge of the door. Even on this diagram here, you can see they have them mounted close to the edge. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll probably drop back like right in there, and we'll be putting it in the meat of the door here on each side. And I just lined the track up with the edge of this wood piece. Well, we got the door hanging, so that's a good thing. Does seem to work pretty smooth. It does have a guide or a glide that goes down here. I think when we get that fastened, I think it'll be fine then. There's also a bumper that you put on the very top edge of the door to stop it where you want to when it's closed and when it's open. So I think that's next. We'll try to get those put on, get some adjustments done, and see if we can make it stop and close where we want it. As far as the plumb, it looks really good. And I checked it with a level, and it is checking plumb, so looks good with the cabinet here. And you'll notice here at the end, got a bump stop. And at the other end, that sets your opening and closing. And this one is all the way at the end of the track, but it'll work. And we can still get to the outlet with the door shut. There's some glides, I think, that go on the very bottom to hold it against the wall, like that. So let me get them out and we'll see if we can get those put on. And then we've got a couple of handles we've got to install too. We got the bumpers adjusted to where that's completely closed. And that bumper stops it at the open position. And the reason I didn't go back to the doorway, you can see I've got a handle that we put on, so I couldn't go any farther than where you could grab the handle. And here's a finished door with the door jamb, some trim on it. Just used some leftover wallboard from the bathroom. Last thing we're going to be done is staining the door. And I'm putting on it's a water-based stain and polyurethane all in one. Not really dark, but it's got a gray cast to it. There's a difference. There's a bare door. So we'll put at least one coat on that, maybe two. We'll see how well it covers and looks when we get finished with the first coat. There's what we're using. It's a Varathane one-step stain and poly. Alright, 2 coats of stain poly on both sides of the door. Now, even though that's a gray poly with the green walls, it kind of gives it a little bit of a green cast, and that's good. We were hoping it would blend in okay. And now let me show you the other side. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video installing this barn door. Thanks for watching. See you next time. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, and we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel. Thanks.